All right. Chapter 3 Trick Monkey. Same day, Saturday, January 5th, 1935. The first thing I see when I walk out the door is the guard tower. I wonder what we're supposed to do here. Should I wave? Teresa pays no attention. The tower might as well be a tree for all she cares. She leads us to the stairwell. Natalie's walking behind us with her head down, dragging her left foot on the edge of every step as if she's marking it with her toe. I want to take her hand to make sure she keeps up, but nobody touches Natalie. First, we are going to the morgue, Teresa announces with a little skip. Sure, I've been to hundreds of morgues, thousands of them, in fact. Dead criminals? Don't I get to meet any live ones? I ask. We're not really supposed to talk to the alive ones, but looking for dead guys is my job, Piper said. Dead criminal checker? Sounds like an important position to me. And who is Piper anyway, I ask. Piper? She's Warden Williams' daughter. She's bossy. Just what I need, another bossy girl. Oh no, I almost forgot. Teresa claps her hands, then digs in her pockets for a card folded in fours. I made this for you. Annie did the words. I made the map, all by myself. And who is Annie? Annie's Annie. She's 12. She helps me with stuff. Are there any boys on this island? Jimmy and she counts on her fingers. 11 little boys who are 5, 4, 3, 1, and 0. 0? Not 1 year yet. Do you want to know their names? I shake my head, but too late. Teresa's already rattling off the name of every little boy here. Thanks, Teresa. I cram the card in my pocket. Hey, she hollers in my face. You didn't read it. She holds out her hand and wiggles her fingers. Give. I hand the card back and Teresa reads it to me. Alphonse Capone, a.k.a. Scarface. Big Al. Snorky. Born in New York, January 17th, 1899. Family? Wife named May, son named Sonny. Teresa reads well for a little kid, except it doesn't seem like she can walk and read at the same time. Now we're at a complete standstill on the steep road that leads to the top of the island. Couldn't we do this after the morgue? I ask. She ignores me. Clearly, there's no stopping her until she's read every last word. Business. Bootlegging gangster mob boss. Favorite colors? Canary yellow and pea green. Favorite jewelry? $50,000 diamond pinky ring. Favorite weapon? Thompson machine gun. Favorite crime? Dinner party of death. Invites lieutenants in his organization known to have double-crossed him to a party. After desserts, Al's men lock the doors and Capone beats the traitors to death with a baseball bat. A baseball bat? Favorite word for murder? Rub out. Often in front of many witnesses who then develop gangster amnesia. Sent to jail for tax evasion. Other stuff? Rigged elections. Opened first soup kitchen in Chicago. Likes silk underwear. What is this guy? Nuts? Current home? Alcatraz Island. And that's not all we have here either, Teresa says when I look up. There's Machine Gun Kelly, who happens to be a world famous kidnapper, and Roy Gardner, who has escaped 110 times but not from Alcatraz. Not yet, anyway. Oh, we have everyone who is bad, except Bonnie and Clyde on account of their being dead, she says. A truck horn beeps, and we move off the road. A guard in a dark gray uniform like my dad's is behind the wheel. He brings the truck to a squeaky halt and cranks down the window. I glance back at Natalie, who has been so quiet I almost forgot she was there. She's looking at the ground as if she's lost something. Her arms are down at her sides, not up high like a chipmunk's the way they usually are. They Cam Flanagan's kids? The guard asks Teresa. Teresa nods. Yes, sir, Mr. Trixel, she says. Where are you headed? Piper's house, sir. Mr. Trixel nods. Make a beeline there, Teresa. You know the rules. Yes, sir. The guard's eyes scan me and Nat. If he gets there's anything different about her, he doesn't let on. The brakes squeal as the truck inches down the steep road. Now the cell house is looming over us like the world's biggest school for bad boys. The kind of place where guys go in and never come out. I wish Pete were here. Pete would love this. Teresa chatters on about why she thinks Capone will really like her when she meets him, which clearly she hasn't done yet. The road cuts back away from the water tower. We follow it a short way up to the little cottage. It looks cute, almost like a playhouse. The sign above the glass door reads morgue. Inside, there's a bucket on the floor and a metal box. What do they do in morgues anyway? Are they like bread boxes for bodies? Or do they label stuff in special compartments? Baskets for fingers, drawers for toes? So this is it, Teresa says? Only they keep it locked. She pulls on the door handle to show me. Yeah, I see. Maybe we should move on. Didn't you tell the guard guy we were going to Piper's house? I don't like getting in trouble. I was born responsible. It's a curse. Then another girl's curtsy voice comes out from the shadows behind the morgue. What's the matter with your sister? My chest gets tight. The blood rushes to my head. The girl comes around the side of the building, flipping a flat yellow hat on her finger like a pizza. My face turns red just seeing her. She's a looker. If Pete were here, he'd whistle. She retarded? The girl asks. None of your business, I tell her. The girl has freckles and full lips like a movie star. She winds her long dark hair around her finger and looks at me through half-shut eyelids. Something about the way she does this makes me glance down to make sure my fly is buttoned. When I look up again, she's staring at Natalie. Stop looking at her like that, I say. That's Piper, remember? I told you about her, Teresa says. So, not retarded. Stupid then? Piper asks. Look, could we drop this already? I'm just asking a simple question, Piper says. Not in front of Natalie, I whisper. She shrugs and walks behind the morgue. Teresa and I follow. Nat stays put. How would you like it if I asked, are you stupid? I would say no. Piper flips her hair behind her shoulder. No, she's not stupid, I say. Prove it. I clench my fists. I'd really like to give this Piper girl a pounding. See, I knew she was retarded, Piper tells Teresa. Will you kindly just shut up? I roar louder than I intend. They both stare at me. Follow me? I walk back around to the front of the morgue. When's your birthday, Piper? I ask. November 16th, 1922? Yep. Natalie, what day of the week was Piper born? Thursday, Nat says without looking up. That right? I ask Piper. Piper doesn't answer, but her eyes open wider. She chews at her bottom lip. What else can she do? She asks. She's not a trick monkey. She'd never make it as a trick monkey. She only has one trick, Piper says. 487 times 6,421 is 3,127,027, Nat says. Everything is quiet except the sound of gulls squawking overhead and wind rattling a window somewhere. Natalie inspects the ground. It's almost as if she hasn't said anything. How much is 28 times 478? Piper asks. 3,384, Nat answers. Okay, so she's good in math. But something is wrong with her, Piper says. What is your problem? I shout. Teresa motions for us to step away from Natalie. Natalie lives in her own world. That's what Mr. Flanagan said, Teresa whispers. She takes a jar of jam from her pocket, unscrews the lid, and offers us some. We shake our heads no, and she dips an already purple-stained finger inside. Sometimes it's a good world, and sometimes it's a bad world, and sometimes she can get out, and sometimes she can't. Piper snorts. Sounds to me like she's just plain crazy, she says in a low voice. My dad isn't going to like this. He's not going to like it one bit. He always says the cons in the bug cage are the scariest ones because you never know what they'll do. I get a sinking feeling in my gut. There are 237 electricians who applied for the job my dad got. If it were me, I'd have kept my mouth shut about having a daughter like Natalie. What if the warden doesn't know about her? She's leaving in a week or two, going to boarding school. She won't be around here at all. You probably won't ever see her again, I say quickly. Piper raises her eyebrows. I'm expected to tell him stuff like this. He depends on me to find out things. She places her flat hat on her head and begins hiking up the steep road toward the cell house. Wait, can we come? Can we? Teresa calls after her. Good idea, Piper calls over her shoulder. Then my father can meet Natalie himself. My stomach sinks. How am I supposed to know if Nat's a big secret or not? Nobody tells me anything. Natalie, Piper calls out sweetly, would you like to meet the warden? Nat says nothing. Hey, come on! Teresa motions the whole arm. Piper said it was okay. I'm going back, Teresa. My mom will be home soon. Oh no, Teresa cries. You haven't seen anything yet. I shake my head. Maybe tomorrow. Teresa stamps her foot. I can't help smiling at this. I'm sorry, Teresa. Okay, we'll finish tomorrow, Teresa says in a small voice. We gotta go back, I tell Natalie. She doesn't look up, doesn't seem to hear. This way, I motion for her to follow. She ignores me. Oh, swell. Now Nat's acting up. Come on, Nat. I try walking down the hill, hoping she'll follow. She doesn't. I walk back up to the morgue and sit down on the cement slab by a little dab of something red. Blood? Or is it Teresa's jam? I figure I'll just wait Nat out. When I hear footsteps on the road, Natalie, come on, I plead. Moose! My mom's voice. She's half running in her high heels. What in heaven's name are you doing out here? My mom stops, her chest heaving from the climb. She looks at me, then Nat, then me again. What happened? She asks. It's okay, Mom. Nat's fine. I didn't know where you were. Her voice goes up and down like hiccups. She grips her arms like if she doesn't, they won't stay on. It scared me when you were gone like that. I left a note. She nods. I don't know if this is because she saw my note or because she didn't. I touch her elbow and try to sound like Dad. Everything is going to be all right. My mother nods short and fast. She pushes at the corner of first one eye, then the other, and keeps nodding, nodding and nodding and nodding.